So guys, we are officially in Series 3 here in Forza Horizon 6, and this time it will be the Italian Exotics. Now for this, there will be a good amount of events. I also noticed the Horizon Stunt Party seems to be in a lot of the weeks now, so do get ready for those. As you guys can see, I do not have that completed yet, as I didn't have one pop up, and I honestly didn't feel like waiting for one. But overall, though, I would say this week is honestly fairly simple. It wasn't too insane. And the trial was actually pretty easy. It wasn't too crazy. I had some good drivers and all that. But as y'all know, we do not waste any time here. Let's jump right into this, starting off with the weekly challenge. So for this, guys, you will need yourself the Ferrari Dino. This car is not the cheapest thing around, but I would say at this point, many players probably already have it. It is around $370,000 if you do not. And then, of course, I would recommend throwing on the build on this car, as you will have to do a few PR stunts, or at least you'll have to do one of them twice, I would say. Maybe a few more times for the stars, and also do a couple of races in the car. So maybe not having this thing stock might end up being a pretty good idea. I would recommend trying out the build I have on this car, guys. It does make it a B level, and to be honest, it's pretty dang solid overall. Also, you guys can go into the auction house for this car, but to be honest, I would not recommend it, as the car costs more in there than it does in the auto show. And yeah, people are still buying it for some odd reason, which makes no sense. But either way, though, the first part of this challenge, as always, guys, head out of your garage and drive the car for around 4, maybe 5 or 6 seconds, and you will get the first part of this completed. Moving over to the second step from there, though, is you will have to earn yourself 6 stars at speed traps. Now, keep in mind, this is the speed traps and not the speed zones. I wanted to mention that. You guys could head over to any of the speed traps of your choice, but to be honest, I think the best one I really did find, though, is going to be a fairly early on one you probably did recognize here, but it's called the River Split, located right here on the map. I really do think this is the easiest one to do, as you can spawn a little bit farther away and in 105 miles an hour. So dang easy. You can run this twice and you will be done with this challenge almost instantly. It probably took me less than a minute to run this, restart it, do it again, and get my 6 stars from the speed traps.
You've arrived at your destination.
The third step from there, though, will be win 2 road races in the Ferrari Dino, Tomato. Either way, though, you guys will have to do 2 road races, and keep in mind those are the blue ones. You could head over to any road race of your choice if you guys want. All you will have to do is do the custom race part of it, and you could pretty much grind any of the races as your choice. It really does depend, and also, you can do the exact same race 2 times. That's what I did end up doing. The race on the left part of the map over here is the one I did end up grinding. Simply head there, start it up, do the custom race, and then do this race twice, and boom, you can move over to the final step. And then the last step from there, though, is take a photo of the Ferrari. So you guys can head into the menu, go into the photo mode, or use the D-pad. I think it's the up one of the D-pad there. Jump in, take a quick photo of the car, and boom, that will do it for the weekly challenge. The next part from there, though, is the photo challenge, and this one you guys will have to take a photo of the Ferrari at a said location on the map here, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I think it's the Oka, so the last part of it, but it's going to be located right here on the map, guys. Now, one thing I wanted to point out here, though, is I did have issues for the photo to actually work. I took a photo on the road, I took a photo in the field. I would recommend heading over to the dirt road that you guys probably saw in the photo. It is on the map, kind of going right through the main part of this area. Just drive over there and then take a photo. That did end up working, but if you guys are in the road or in the area for some odd reason, that did not end up working. So I would recommend heading over to the dirt road part of it. That way it will end up registering, as some of the other parts in the area did not seem to register. The next part from there, though, is the treasure hunt. Luckily, this one is very easy to do. You guys probably recognized it from the photo almost immediately. Head over to where the big rocket ship thing basically is on the bottom left part of the map in the Nangan region. I think I said that right. Head over to the location I am here right on the map, guys, and you will see the crate kind of in the middle of the buildings. It was honestly pretty easy to find, and luckily this one, I would say most players will end up stumbling upon it, as a lot of people probably do know this area. From there, though, you can complete the first seasonal championship here, which will require you to have a decade 1980s B-leveled vehicle. And for me, guys, I did end up picking the Lantia Delta S4. My build does have the rally tires on it, but my goodness, it flew through all three of these races so dang quick. With the same build I used on this thing a long time ago for some PR stunts that were also in a festival playlist. Keep in mind, though, you guys could probably run any of the cars that they do end up showing, but to be real, the Delta is honestly very good. The second championship, though, will require you to have an S1 vehicle. Now, for this, it also has to be Italy. You could drive a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, and kind of any of your choice that you guys really do want to drive on this one. For me, I did end up picking the Huracan, the same car that was in Forza Horizon 2. Yay! But either way, though, this car did insanely well, guys. But again, you really could drive any of the vehicles in this and easily get this done. The next thing you'll have to do after this, though, is a time attack. Now, the thing is, guys, the time attack, danger sign, and speed zone all have to be done with country Italy. So does the drift zone. I'll talk about that one in a second. But what I would recommend doing, though, is picking a car you guys are very comfortable with here, because the right car can do all three of these with literally no issues. I saw some players using the Diablo. I did end up picking the Gallardo Spider. I think I said that right. This car did all three of these with no issues whatsoever. You guys will have to go around the racetrack once, obviously, because that is the time attack thing. But from there, you could do the speed zone and also the danger sign. And trust me, this car can do all of them. For the danger sign, though, if you guys were wondering, I would recommend spawning up the road just slightly with the Lamborghini or any car that you do end up running this on. That way you'll have a good running start to get it. I got over 700 feet my first run with no issues, so I would say the Lamborghini here is pretty dang capable.
You've arrived at your destination.
And then for the speed zone here, once again, I did end up using the Lamborghini. Shocking, I know. But for this one, guys, I would recommend spawning up the road in the other direction, not the other side. That way you have a big running start that will get the main speed of the speed zone a little bit higher. I hit this doing around 130-ish miles an hour, and I pretty much climbed from there. Make sure, guys, the big thing is to watch out for the traffic in the corners, and then the final turn, just slow down slightly, but even then, the Lamborghini absolutely annihilated this.
You have arrived at your destination. Turn around when it is safe to do so.
And then lastly, though, the drift zone here will also be done in a country Italy style vehicle, but I did not use the Lamborghini on this one. Instead, I did end up using the 4C Alfa Romeo. Now, the reason for that is I kind of wanted to try this car. And the thing I gotta say, though, is this build is pretty much made for drifting, guys. It's honestly pretty dang great. The only issue with this said drift zone, though, is it's off-road. So that's one thing I can recommend that might be a bit annoying. This car with no TC or anything, though, beat this first try. All you guys actually need is like 60-ish thousand points, and I got well over 80, and let me tell y'all, I did not drift that great. But this car slides back and forth super easily over here with pretty much no issues. And also, quick thing, anybody else wonder why there's off-road drift zones in the game? Like, maybe they should have picked some roads and put some more in the roads instead of off-road ones, as these really don't make that much sense to me. And then as always, guys, we have the trial once again. For this, though, you'll have to use a C-level vehicle. And to be real, you could probably run anything that you probably want to on this, at least that you're comfortable with. You also have to hope that your teammates are pretty good, and of course, they don't crash you and stuff like that. I did end up using the Celica. I probably should have used the Ford Racing Puma or something like the Peugeot. But again, pick a car that you guys do like at C-level and hopefully just jump in there and have some good teammates. That way you guys can all work together and win one of these. I gotta say, the trial isn't that terrible recently, but I can't see why a lot of players don't like to deal with these all that much because, you know, the way people drive or the AI glitching back and forth or lagging or something, it can honestly get pretty dang frustrating. But overall, though, the trial this week was honestly pretty simple. The other part from there, though, is the Horizon Drift. Now, for this, all you guys literally have to do, this honestly might sound kind of dumb, but you literally just have to drift, okay? You have to get regular drift or an e-brake drift 10 times while doing this. I don't know if you could leave after the first event. I probably should have because I didn't need to do all 3 of these, but I stayed for it just because. Jump in there, pretty much drift around, use the e-brake, and you will easily get this done in one of the events with no issues. I also wanted to mention I did not do the Horizon Stunt Party as none of them were showing up, and also it wasn't letting me click on it and join it or something, which I don't think you can. But I did not see any on the map, so I was like, you know what, bro? I am not sitting here and waiting. I will eventually get this done. But pretty much join the thing that has the pink circle on the map there, and yeah, jump right into it. And then finally, though, the last part of the entire festival playlist. Now, you could do this at the end of the month if you guys want. You don't have to do it now. But I did figure, you know what, let's just get this done now, as getting the monthly rival takes around 1 to 2 minutes because the race is about 1:40. And you're also driving the new Lamborghini that you will be able to get yourself next week after that festival playlist, or at least farther into it. So you'll have enough points to get this as the series reward. Overall, though, the monthly rival wasn't too bad. I feel like some players might struggle. Once they get used to the track, though, they'll probably easily own this one. And overall, though, guys, that will do it for the first week of the Series 3 Festival playlist. I gotta admit, overall, the biggest thing I don't like about how they're doing these festival playlists is simply down to the fact that we are already getting repeated cars 2 months in. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, bro, you guys removed 300-something cars that were in FH5. Just put them in the festival playlist, man. Are they trying to push it farther? Honestly, I have no idea. But if you guys have any questions, do let me know in the comments below. And also, quick little thing, the monthly rival gives you 1 point for every single week.